All right, sit down. We got work to do. Oh, is there a D-412-77899 here? It's your birthday. I don't normally do this. Huh? He is? Okay. Well, apparently this last group that we had, he's the one that ended up getting, well, incinerated. So for the rest of you that are here, whenever this briefing is over, there's cake in the conference room. Now, what we're looking at today is SCP-4275, Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4275 is to remain at its current location. An exclusion zone of 200-meter radius is to be established with warming buoys and underwater surveillance. Monitoring is to be handled by a liaison within the Port Authority. Embedded agents in the nearby Coast Guard station can be called in should a cascade event result in an instance of SCP-4275-1. Description: SCP-4275 is a granite statue located underwater at a depth of 18 meters, 5 kilometers off Sandy Hook Barrier Spit in New Jersey. It depicts a muscular male over 50, dressed in attire common to fishermen and dock workers in the early 20th century. Sedimentary analysis places it at its current location since the 1930s. SCP-4275 is affixed to a concrete base by spikes of naval brass driven through the statue's feet. Samples of both concrete and brass are consistent with materials produced in the New England region during World War II. Samples of the statue show unusual structure consistent with petrified tissue. Damage to SCP-4275 produces anomalous effects even if the damage is not visible. Natural erosion causes moderate discomfort in humans and animals within a 5-meter radius, but any greater damage has dangerous and unpredictable effects, including aggressive behavior in animals, especially sea life, horses and bulls, nautical mishaps, earthquakes, storm activity, thermosonic shock waves, irreversible physical and mental transmutation of nearby humans, designated SCP-4275-1. Danger exists of a cascade event wherein the effect of damage results in further damage. Due to this risk, no requests for further testing are being accepted at this time. Well, you're here, so that's going to change. A method of relocating SCP-4275 to a more secure location without causing damage is being investigated. Addendum 1. Abridged list of notable incidents and their effects. Date: 17 April 2004. Incident: sample removed for testing. Damage: a 4mm cube chip is removed from SCP-4275. Effects: 3 draft horses being transported by ferry broke restraints and ran rampant, resulting in multiple injuries but no human fatalities. 2 horses self-terminated, 1 via the ferry's propeller and 1 via drowning. 1 horse was terminated by gunshot wound. Outcome: incident was not correlated with sample gathering attempt until 2011. Date: 22nd June 2010. Incident: sample removed for testing. Damage: 1 centimeter cube chip removed from SCP-4275. Effects: 3.9 magnitude earthquake felt in Long Island. Outcome: sample lost during earthquake. Correlation noted and investigated. Location of epicenter falsified and geological data. Closer monitoring advised. Date: incident: attempted seismic scan of internal structure by Foundation research vessel. Damage: internal, likely originating from spikes used to affix statue to the base, followed by significant scoring damage on the back of the statue. Effects: only known cascade event. Only known creation of instance of SCP-4275-1. Outcome: Foundation naval assets called in to commence long-range bombardment. Bombardment successful in terminating SCP-4275-1, and cascade event was halted. Cover story about naval war games disseminated to the media. Site director approved salvage of SCP-4275 to avoid further incidents. Note: as it was not known at the time that movement would cause internal damage, incident was initially believed to be the fault of investigating researchers. It is now believed that the release of research vessel its anchor Was induced by SCP-4275 itself. Date: January 7th, 2015. Incident: attempted salvage of SCP-4275. Object wrapped in waterproof padding material secured with a chain. Damage: 6 centimeter crack in the left foot. Effects: massive thermosonic discharge. Outcome: 2 agents in the water expired instantly from internal liquefaction. 3 agents on deck suffered psychogenic cardiac arrest. 1 successfully resuscitated but suffered permanent loss of hearing. All further salvage operations halted, pending review. Addendum 2. Agents executing an unrelated raid found their target, a former salvage diver designated POL 13322, deceased via petrification. Samples of the statue matched the composition of SCP-4275. In addition to numerous unrelated items and documents, several items relevant to SCP-4275 were also recovered. Security footage of a confrontation between POL 13322 and an individual identified as POL 5176, a handwritten note, likely from POL 5176, a brass plaque matching materials and residue from SCP-4275. Security footage. Digitally recorded on an external drive, camera was rendered inoperable by calcification of internal components. Extremely poor audio quality due to microphone placement near air vent. I'll go ahead and read the transcript of the surveillance footage. Source: security camera footage from Redacted. Summary: confrontation between POL 13322 and POL 5176. Speech is unintelligible due to poor audio quality. Begin log. At 1 second, POL 13322 escorts a woman identified as POL 5176 into his office. She wears sunglasses and a headscarf. Red hair is partially visible underneath. At 05 seconds, POL 13322 motions for POL 5176 to take a seat. She remains standing, pacing the room and examining objects. There's unintelligible dialogue for 3 minutes and 6 seconds. At 3:11, POL 13322 pulls out 2 bundles wrapped in handkerchiefs and tries to draw POL 5176's attention. He grows visibly annoyed as she makes small talk but otherwise ignores him. At 3 minutes and 26 seconds, POL 5176 reaches a plaque on the wall and pauses. Her body language becomes rigid. Frame analysis shows movement under the headscarf. 2 seconds of camera distortion. At 3:29, POL 13322 stands and starts showing off the plaque. Body language and tone suggests bragging. He does not appear to notice her discomfort. At 3:33, POL 5176 turns suddenly, points at POL 13322 and raises her voice. At 3:36, POL 13322 grabs POL 5176's wrist. Frame analysis shows significant movement under the headscarf. Now, there's 7 seconds of camera distortion, during which can be heard raised voices, followed by a loud crash and a metallic tearing sound. At 3:43, footage returns. POL 5176 clutches plaque in her hand. POL 13322 is slumped against the opposite wall. At 3 minutes and 45 seconds, POL 13322 struggles to stand, appears dazed. POL 5176 drops the plaque on the desk. At 3:50, POL 5176 crosses the room and lifts POL 13322 off the floor. She strikes him 3 times across the face, causing significant bleeding and orbital fracture. At 3:52, POL 5176 slams POL 13322 against the desk, cracking it. Previously visible hair no longer visible. 3:56, POL 5176 releases POL 13322, begins removing headscarf and sunglasses. That's when the feed cuts out abruptly. End log. Closing statement. Since this incident, there have been no confirmed sightings of POL 5176 and she remains at large. Due to her display of anomalous abilities, POL 5176 is considered a high-value target. Note: handwritten with a ballpoint pen. Handwriting analysis indicates emotional distress. Found attached to plaque with clear plastic tape. Letterhead matches paper found in the office. Tape matches roll found on the desk. Ink matches pens found in the office. No recoverable fingerprints. Here's the text. O Foundation. This plaque was meant as an epitaph for a dead god. His body is in your possession, not far from here. Please return this to its rightful place at his feet. His crimes must never be forgotten. Sic Semper Dies. M. The plaque, 18 centimeters by 12 centimeters, made out of naval brass, further waterproofed with sealing wax, rivet hole locations and residue match the base of SCP-4275. The inscription on recovered plaque states, Poseidon, Rapist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was SCP-4275, dismissed.